is a responsibility to bring a child into the world, and you must be fully prepared for it. Throughout Margaret's life of the 1900s, she persevered through every obstacle and continued to strive towards the legalization of contraceptives. During her continuous efforts, she led many intellectual and motivational speeches to bring about awareness and concern for the importance of contraceptives and protecting women's rights. Her most influential speech was The Child's Era, and therefore my inspiration for this project. Because of Margaret Sanger, today we are able to, women have the right to abortion, we have the right to use contraceptives, we have the right to give a child to a better fit home if that is what's best. We have the right to breastfeed in public. We have the right to choose to be a mother or to choose not to be a mother. We have the right to choose how many children we have or to not have any at all. And we have the right to choose selective mating. Can you go back, please? Thank you. I created here a brief timeline of some of the hardest work Margaret completed throughout her life. The first one is, in 1916, Margaret held the world's first birth control clinic in Brooklyn in 1916. Like I said, almost 100 years ago. Secondly, Sanger and her sister Ethel spent 30 days in jail for breaking the Comstock Law and providing information on contraception. Association with eugenics, a branch of science that seeks to improve the human species through selective mating. Margaret Sanger, she was involved in that right after 1916. Moving forward, Sanger's principle, every child should be a wanted child, was a movement that she led. She gave many speeches on it and spoke to many people about every child is worth the time. In 1923, Sanger opened the first legal birth control clinic, which only allowed women to be prescribed birth control for medical reasons. So that's a step above, right? Still outlawed, but if it was medically needed, women were allowed contraceptives. In 1936, the U.S. Court of Appeals finally allowed birth control devices to be imported to the country. Moving forward. She established the International Planned Parenthood Federation in 1952, which is still around today, and it is still most certainly positively affecting the community. Margaret lived in Tucson, Arizona for a short time while seeking a magic pill, which is what we call today birth control. And because of her hard work, in 1965, the Supreme Court, when she was 81 years old, finally legalized the reproductive rights, specifically birth control for married couples. You can go to the next one, please. And to the next one. Thank you. And most importantly, I just want to go over everything that I just spoke about and just really stress that because of American Sanger, women have these rights that we do today. To conclude, I desire to inform and educate you on Margaret Sanger and how her life choices and actions has influenced the lives of Americans today. Simply because without her persistence through devastating times, women today would not be able to breastfeed in public, use contraceptives, give their child to a better fit home, or lastly, they would not be able to have the choice to become or not to become a mother. Margaret Sanger's diversity of feminist beliefs, intellectual speeches, and desire to pursue a lifelong commitment to women's rights is why I have named her a great American speaker. And lastly, I would like to give all of the sites or credible places where I researched and got all of my information about Margaret Sanger for my project. So, thank you guys. Margaret Sanger, a great American speaker.